Welcome everybody in Scenari House, the place where modern science was born in Egypt, and the first home of our Academy of Sciences. It is now a cultural center that is being managed by the Library of Alexandria. We are here today for a very historic moment to not only welcome our friends from the European Union here in Beit Scenari, but also to formalize an agreement which is going to help us in the Library of Alexandria and help Egypt generally to enhance and launch many creative activities dealing with cultural diversity. This project has been the work of many people for a long time, and I would salute some colleagues. Alejandro is here. He and I were among the veterans who were involved in this negotiation. And today we are turning a page to really move from discussion and paperwork towards execution and implementation. For in the end, all that is past is prologue, and we are just laying the foundations to start activities that will benefit the people of Egypt. And since we talk about culture and creativity, will benefit coming generations as well. So it gives me great pleasure and great honor on this great occasion to welcome our guest of honor, Ambassador Mوران from the European Union, who will be proceeding to turn our dream into a reality with the signature. And Ambassador, we are all wishing you welcome, and may I turn the microphone over to you.
Thank you very much, Shukran Gazilan, Dr. Ismail. It's a real pleasure to be in this iconic building in Cairo to celebrate this important development. And thanks to you, Dr. Ismail, and all of your team for the preparations for this project and for putting so much energy into this wonderful work. Our cooperation with Egypt covers many, many, many fields and many, many places, up and down the country, north to south and east to west. But one part of it that we treasure is the relationship we have on cultural development, because this is not just about something for elites or something for the privileged. It's much more than that. We believe that it is a dynamic sector that can boost human development, promote social cohesion, and above all, put meaning into that old phrase, mutual understanding. It's actually, I think, Dr. Ismail, a good place to be signing this agreement today here in Scenari House, because, as you were just explaining to me, this place has a very strong and rich Egyptian history. It also has a little bit of European history as well, for better or for worse. I hope for better. So particularly good to be here today. This forms part, of course, of the program that we're doing together with the Biblioteca. And we've been working also, I should mention this, with the Ministry of International Cooperation here, who have been extremely constructive in all of this. A program of 3 million euros to enhance cultural diversity and creativity in Egypt. The Biblioteca is our main partner in doing this, and we've developed very good and strong relationships with the BA over the last couple of years. It's actually one of the largest bilateral cultural programs, and this really is a cultural development program, that we have in all of the region, in all of the Arab world. So it is something of a flagship project, and I'm only too happy that we have in the Biblioteca a very sound, proven, and experienced partner with whom we can work for the benefit of everyone. So we're very much looking forward to getting on with the work, as you say. Signing the money is important, but much more important is the activity that follows it. We're not only going to be working on Scenari House, there are a few other activities that we'll be implementing through the BA in the coming year or two. And we want to reinforce the role that art and culture plays in existing Egyptian educational criteria, and be working on bringing the arts to the schoolroom, reinforcing the link between culture and education by so doing. And the BA is also going to be working with local teachers in, I think, all of the Egyptian governorates,
Yes.
Up and down the country, to train them on how to use arts education to improve those curricula and to nurture creativity, especially amongst young people, because that, of course, is the wellspring of everything in this field. We believe that those industries actually have fantastic potential for the future, for economic development and jobs. Egypt, you just drop the name in Egypt. Whenever I go back to Europe and I say I'm in Egypt, and everybody is immediately thinking, of course, of ancient Egypt and its culture and the rest. If you are an Egyptian and you are involved in culture, you have a fantastic advantage, because all over the world people will immediately associate you with the oldest civilization in the world. It's a fantastic card that you can play internationally, and it also has, I think, tremendous potential domestically. There's going to be a mapping exercise to identify the potential of industries and talent here in the country. A number of training is going on for cultural operators in Asyut, in Marsa Matruh, in Port Said, and in Fayoum. So it's not Cairo-centered or Alexandria-centered. It's getting out into the countryside, and many other activities as well. Finally, we have a call for proposals, this rather bureaucratic language, but basically what we're saying is that there's money on the table for those with good ideas to compete for funding in the next year or so. And this program with the BA is going to be funding a number of projects. We have proposals up to a value of 1.5 million euro as part of the 3 million. It should finance mini projects because it will be split between a number of projects. We have not yet defined the exact amounts, maximum amounts that we can fund, but a number of different activities will be involved. And the objectives, for those of you who might be interested, the kinds of projects we're looking for are those that improve access to culture in socially deprived neighborhoods, those that unlock the potential of those industries I spoke about, cultural industries, focusing on the needs of new, young talent in whatever field that is related to the arts and to culture. So we're looking forward to that. It's going to be challenging to do it. It always is. These things are easy to say, much more difficult to do, but over the next couple of years, 2014 and 2015, we're very much looking forward to seeing the fruits of this activity. And Dr. Ismail, we're very much looking forward to continuing to work with your team on making sure that this gets done, and making sure that we use this project to further strengthen the partnership between Europe and this great country. Thank you very much, and again, what a wonderful place to be speaking. I must say I'm quite astounded by the beauty of this building. The more good that we can do here, the better. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Ambassador.
Mr. Ambassador, how do you think such an agreement in such timing in Egypt could benefit the ordinary people, just the ordinary people that are facing lots of challenges now, or since it has been 3 years now? Thank you.
Yeah, it's a very good question. I think experience shows that in cultural matters, if you don't involve, as you say, the ordinary people, then you won't know success. There are too many failed projects in this country and around the region and in Europe too. We've learned the same lesson, that have failed because they have not involved local people, ordinary people, as you say, in the activities. One thing I was really pleased to hear is that already here in Scenario House there are such programs. The local community is benefiting from activities here, and I'm sure that under the funding that we will bring now, that will continue, and I hope, Dr. Ismail can confirm it or not, I would hope it will be enhanced. so that local people from this community, where this place is, feel that they're part of it, see a benefit from it, not just in terms of art and culture, but economic benefit too. There are ways and means of doing it, and I know that there are programs underway here, and that's a very good principle to follow if you're talking about sustainable cultural development, and we're going to be promoting that.
Yes, I'd like to reinforce what the ambassador has said. This is an active cultural center, and we hope very much that we shall be able to expand and enhance our activities here in Sayyida Zinat, in the heart of Old Cairo. Now, it's not the only one. In fact, in Alexandria, we have another place, Mektebah, which we will be actually under this grant transforming into a similar set, similar type of location with all sorts of activities for the local community to benefit from, and that is part of what is in this grant. We could have simply said that, well, in Alexandria we have the Library of Alexandria, which is true, we do, and we have a number of other locations that are run by the Library of Alexandria, but this one would be very similar to the Scenari House in the fact that it's in the heart of Old Cairo. That one is also in the heart of the city to service this. But this project, as the ambassador pointed out, is unique in the sense that it is not going to limit itself to Cairo and Alexandria. And in Egypt, this has been a major problem in our history. This enormous centrality around the capital city first, and then the second city afterwards. We want activities to be spread all over Egypt and reach out in the various governorates and reach out in the various smaller cities of Egypt. So this is a very big challenge, because organizing that, following it up, ensuring it's done well and properly, that the money is not wasted, that is effectively used in accordance with not just the regulations, but the purposes, and to bring about the desired results is going to be very important. And in both Mektebah and here, we are in fact doing something else for culture which is very important. And it is that historic buildings are not made to be locked up. They are the touchstone of our memories, they are the wellsprings of our identities and imaginations, and therefore they should remain alive as an integral part of the community, interacting with it and reaching out and involving the younger generations. And that is something that we are doing. We have special classes in Alexandria as well. We have many classes here that meet here in Scenari in Cairo as well. We hope to enhance that and go beyond the two big cities.
السؤال الأول سيادة السفير، كنت عايزة أسأله عن إن هل المنحة دي ليها علاقة بالشروط بتاعة صندوق النقد الدولي، لأن كان المفروض إن كان في شروط علشان الاتحاد الأوروبي يدي منحة. والسؤال الثاني آليات تنفيذ المنحة دي هتكون إزاي؟ يعني هل في خطة تم وضعها لاستخدام المنحة دي في إيه وكده؟
الرد على السؤال لا ملوش علاقة بالصندوق، بس هنخلي سيادة السفير. She's asking Mr. Ambassador to you first, the first question to you, the second one to me. The first one to you is the extent to which, if any, there is a link between the availability of this funding from the EU and the IMF agreement.
Let me be very clear. There is absolutely nothing to do with any IMF agreement so far as this project is concerned. And let me be doubly clear. In the last few months in Egypt, we have committed 277 million euros of grant funding for development in this country. This has nothing to do with any IMF agreement. If and when the country decides to sign an IMF agreement, then we shall see about additional funding that may be available over and above what we are already doing. It has nothing to do with the IMF. Thank you.
واضحة جدا. بالنسبة للآليات, as in the mechanisms which we are going to use for implementing this project, المشروع له خطه واضحه. انت شايف الاتفاقيه سمكها قد ايه اللي احنا وقعناها دي قد كده؟ ده الخطه العامه بتاعه تنفيذ هذه المنحه. الاليات هتختلف من ورش عمل الى دورات تدريبيه الى مسابقات الى مسح ميداني الى تشجيع فنانين صغار الى اقامه معارض. ففي اليات كثيره جدا وفي عدد كبير من النشاطات والفعاليات والمشروعات منصوص عليها في هذه الاتفاقيه. في بالاضافه الى هذا كما تفضل معالي السفير في فرصه في الفتره اللي جايه ان نقيم مسابقات على تمويل اضافي فوق هذه المنحه بقدر حوالي 1.5 مليون يورو. مسابقات والجوائز اللي فيها والمشروعات اللي هيتم اختيارها هتبقى قابله للتنفيذ من منحه اضافيه غير هذه المنحه. فالاليات كلها موجوده واظن هذا كده بديك التفاصيل مفيهاش اول من اخر على اللي موجود في الاتفاقيه. So just to say that we had our plans were well laid and our tools were well prepared, and that on top of that I pointed out that you had pointed out that there would be additional requests for proposal RFPs coming up later on as well.
Yeah.
So that these were among the tools that could be used.
في البداية أحب أهني دكتور إسماعيل بتوقيع هذه الاتفاقية وحصول المكتبة على هذا الدعم من الاتحاد الأوروبي. أحب من حضرتك أن أنت توضح للسادة المشاهدين طبيعة هذه الاتفاقية وهذا الدعم ومجالاته وأهميته.
الدعم ده حوالي 1 مليون يورو على سنتين، سنة 2014 و2015 إن شاء الله هننفذ مجموعة كبيرة من البرامج. وزي ما انتم شفتوا حجم الاتفاقية في خطة عمل كبيرة جدا فيها جميع أنواع الأعمال من المسابقات إلى المعارض إلى الورش العمل إلى الدورات التدريبية إلى المساهمات المسرحيات وغيره من الأمور. المهم في هذا المشروع اللي يمكن يتميز به عن مشروعات أخرى إن يعني في إصرار إن احنا نخرج خارج القاهرة والإسكندرية. طبعا احنا سعداء ان في القاهرة هندعم بيت السناري لانه في قلب حي السيدة زينب، في قلب القاهرة، في قلب ابناء الشعب المصري، بعيدين شوية عن اللي ممكن نسميه ثقافة الصفوة او الخاصة. لا، ده الشعب وحقيقة الشعب اللي بيتفاعل مع هذا المكان التاريخي وهيبدع ويسهم ويعطي المزيد والمزيد بهذا الدعم الإضافي. وفي نفس الحكاية في اسكندرية هناخد كوم الدكة في منطقة في كوم الدكة في اتفاق مع المحافظة ومع الاتحاد الأوروبي، وهنعمل نشاطات مماثلة هناك. إنما هنعمل أيضا في محافظات أخرى نشاطات مماثلة بحيث أن يبقى في دايما هذا البعد، أن مصر ليست فقط القاهرة والإسكندرية، مصر أبعد وأكبر من هذا، وده مشروع هيدي فرصة لهذا الكلام. تاني حاجة ان احنا عايزين نشجع مش بس المشاركة في التعددية الثقافية، انما ايضا عايزين نشجع الابداع. والمكتبة من زمان كان عندها مشروع بحبه جدا اسمه اول مرة، معرض كنا بنعمله اسمه اول مرة للفنانين الصغيرين اللي لسه متخرجين من الكلية وهيبتدوا حياتهم كفنانين، واول مرة كانوا بيعرضوا اللوحات بتاعتهم للبيع، وكانت المكتبة بتستقبلهم وتحتضنهم وتعمل لهم معارض يقدروا يقدموا فيها هذا العمل. الفكرة دي فكرة مماثلة هنعملها أيضا على مستوى الجمهورية أيضا عشان نشجع المبدعين الشباب اللي في مصر إنهم يتعرفوا وياخدوا الخطوة الأولى، يعني بتحط رجله كده على أول خطوة في السلم اللي هيقدر يرتقي فيه. ويعني على فكرة برضه أحب أقول للمشاهدين إنه عملنا احتفالية خاصة 5 سنين بعد أول مرة مع ناس اتعرفوا من أول مرة وأصبحوا فنانين كبار بعديها ب5 6 سنين. فكنا عملنا احتفالية حلوة في هذا الموضوع، وده بيبين إن هذا النوع من النشاط اللي هو بيفتح المجال قدام الشباب هو يمكن أكتر استثمار مجدي في أي بلد، وخصوصا لما بيكون استثمار ثقافي.
دكتور إسماعيل سراج الدين مدير مكتبة الاسكندرية، بنشكر حضرتك شكرا جزيلا.
شكرا لكم.
The agreement is a far-ranging one, involving many different activities, working together with the BA. We're doing this in Scenario House, which of course is one of the projects, amongst many others, that will be funded under this activity. And it's very, very good, as I was saying earlier, to see that it's not just for the privileged and the elites, it's for the local communities as well. So that I know that here in Scenario House they have programs which are helping to enhance the skills of local people in the tailoring industries and the textile industries and so forth, so that people can feel that this is for them, not just for somebody else, and that's really good. And that's the principle that will be used in promoting cultural activity up and down the country, and hopefully it will make a real contribution to development, and indeed especially for young people who desperately need this kind of support.